Y'all ready? Thank you. Okay, good. So the message today is going to be called He Had and Has It. And I felt like I had to put my little jewels on because they be trying to paint my daddy like he broke. You hear me? They be trying to paint my daddy like he broke. He ain't broke. He ain't never been broke. He ain't, matter of fact, he came in the world. Oh, honey, thank you. You hear me? So I sure did put my little jewels on this evening or this morning, excuse me, because we are royalty for real. Once you step down into, you know what, I'm gonna let you in the driver's seat. Can we talk about it? CERCA super tall today, ain't she? Ooh, I like it, boy. See, this is why I didn't never go nowhere without these tall shoes on ever. So when people would see me without, like with flats on, they'd be like, it's something different. I ain't gonna tell you what it is either. It's that I'm about 7 inches shorter than I normally am. You hear me? I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna see if you can figure it out. So let's get it, y'all. I need you to. I need Sarker to go get her other. Give me 1 minute. I thought it was already in here. Okay. So, answer that you want to see your mama shoes today, girl. Looky. And these is not new, y'all. I done had these for over a decade. I put them out though, because I feel like having church this morning. Y'all hear me? Yeah, I feel like we about to start dressing up. We don't go to church, so y'all want to do that. At least try to do. We will start out saying one Sunday a month, or Saturday, or whatever day y'all want to do it. But we be in the house, but we can. We can do it. Well, I don't go to church, but I do miss wearing my heels and stuff and seeing this out. This is the only place he let me go is in here. Good morning, baby. Thank you. That way we can remember now. We ain't got to be in pajamas all the time. God done blessed us with some nice stuff. We can wear it. And I figured y'all don't send me jewelry for it to sit in that thing. So I said, well, thank you, Naisha, and everybody that has sent me jewelry because I'm about to start wearing it. The world's in things, so might as well. Thank you, Miss Aquila, for all of my things. I got them. I'm very excited about it. All right, so I'm getting ready to go get me some water. I already made my coffee. I thought I covered all of this, and then I have to go find my other iPad. I think it's in my bed. But I need you to go to, thank you. I need you to go to, y'all send me some nice stuff. Y'all really did. And I want to appreciate if you cannot send me stuff, don't be sad. Matter of fact, you don't got to send me nothing. Don't ever feel bad because I don't need nothing else ever, I promise. I don't have space. I want to tell y'all something too. Who want to know why I'm really in this pink today? Because I don't want to be Barbara the Builder anymore. I hurt my hand putting that dang cart together. I hurt my hand putting that cart together. Listen here. I don't even know where it's going to sit. There's no space. Listen here. I finished it. But when I tell you, this is a two-person job. You need two people to do this. I had to prop it up on the couch. Man, I was so frustrated. But guess what? Y'all remember when I bought the ratchet set, when I got the vehicle? I said, I'm going to need this. That's exactly what I needed to put that thing together. And I was so frustrated because I kept trying to, I said, this is stupid. And God kept saying, go get the thing, the socket set out of the truck. And I was like, no, that's not the, I got myself up, went outside, we got a new trunk, and it was exactly what I needed. I said, this is stupid. Thank you. You hear me? So that thing is heavy. I sent it to my son. He said, Mom, because he's working in a nursing home. He said, that's exactly what we used to use. He said, them things is heavy too. I said, right. And I had to lug it upstairs and in here and then take it out the box and put it together all by myself, son. Your mom is Barbara the Builder. Just understand. Through all, by any means necessary, we gonna get it done. That thing hold 500 pounds. I guess it'll be good when I'm trying to move the boxes, and whenever I move, I can put all of them on there and wheel them to the box I'm gonna put them in. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, with that being said, you need now, if you want to read out of your lost books, that's fine, but I believe it's interpreted a little differently. We need to be on sacred text today, and you will be looking up words and whatnot. But the subject, which we never really do, but we're going to do one today. I mean, I'll put something over here, but he had it and he has it. You hear me? I hear you, Miss Aquila, but I don't want to be a hoarder. I only have so much space. What am I do? I'm not greedy. I'm grateful. I promise y'all. I don't. It's not that I even be, and it's a shame because there's a lot of people that I can't even share my blessings with because they think I be bragging, and I just be trying to share the blessings that God then gave me. You know, like, hey, can you believe this? And you can see it in people's faces. They don't be happy or hear it in the tone of their voice. They say they are, but you can tell they not. And so now I just have to keep my blessings to myself. I share them with y'all. But there's a lot of people I can't share my blessings with, and that makes me a little sad. I won't even say that they're jealous. I just think that um, sometimes when people are used to seeing you or what they feel like is a certain situation, it just be crazy. I don't know. I don't even. It's not even worth talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna go get my stuff. Get your stuff. We going to sacred text, and please write down at the top of your paper today, or on your notes wherever you write them. Um, he had it and he has it. Can y'all do that for me, please? He had it and he has it. And the date. Okay? Okay. I'll be right back. Water. What else did I say? Oh, tablet. The red one. So we're looking for it here. I'm gonna have to take one of them trash boys and come get these boxes. You heard me. I need them to come do their job. They slacking. I need y'all to come take this trash out. Hell. You said, let me go get my church shoes on. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. I feel like I said, listen here. Some days it's okay. Thank you so much. We're rehabbing the library again because people keep sending books and artifacts here. So we have to keep enlarging the library. It's not only books here and there and everywhere now, they're just everywhere. They're just everywhere. Thank you so much. Okay. Please let this be charged more than 20%. Yes. Okay, let's do it. All right, sacred text, please. On the top of your paper, if you can you please write down good morning, Mr. Robert, and everybody else on YouTube? Can you please write down good morning, everybody? Can you please, y'all want to see how tall CERCA is in heels for the people that just came in? I'm doing it because y'all always see me short and little. Y'all see me? And is. And is. And this is why you would think I was about 5'10". And really, I ain't. I be tricking people. Tatiana, look here. See, this is the magic shoe here. You see it? This the magic shoe. It is. It's the magic. That would be the magic right there. And I got my little City Trends bag that my buddy got me one year for like, I think it was my birthday or something. Ain't it cute? I can do it with a dark pink, a light pink, all of that. You see? Oh, yes, honey. A shoe cam. Oh, yes. What size shoe do I wear? Oh, girl, it depends. Because I don't like my toes like squeezing together. So between an 8.5 and a 9, or 8 and a 9, sometimes it's a 7.5. It just depends on the make of the shoe. Thank you so much. So we having church this morning, if y'all can't tell, because I'm a princess and my daddy was born a king. Thank you. Auntie, listen. This is why I told y'all. I said, look here. Sucker didn't live a lot of lives back in the day. This dress is so soft. Ladies, go get you some from Walmart. It's soft on the inside and the outside. And the moment they get a stain on it, it's going to be a house dress that I'll be cleaning up in. That's how soft it is. I said, ooh, I don't want no stain on it just yet. But as soon as this get a good stain that won't come out, baby, this is going to be a house dress, honey. I can clean in this. It ain't going to be in the way. It ain't going to get tugged on nothing. Oh, yes. Look at me, already trying to turn it into a house dress. $12 at Walmart. Yes. Okay, so the infancy of Jesus Christ, the first gospel. I need to not do that. I need to go put on a band-aid because I need to bring some band-aids in here because I'm rough. And I cut my hand, then I hurt my wrist putting that dang book cart together. About to kill myself. I didn't know that thing was that heavy. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So the infancy of Jesus Christ. Please and thank you from Sacred Text on sacredtext.com. It used to be .org. Y'all ready? Thank you. I said I guess y'all don't send me stuff for me to leave it in my jewelry box, right? No. So thank you. I'm gonna start wearing some of the stuff that y'all, because y'all send me like all this jewelry I got on for sure is y'all. I'm grateful too. Thank you, because it's real cute. These earrings is, ladies. It's either Miss Ulima or Naisha that sent me these. And then this is a cute print, and it's pink on the inside and the outside. And then this is my jewelry Miss Aquila just sent. And this, thank you. I appreciate it. I got the watch in there, but my wrist is real small, as y'all can tell. So I'm gonna have to take one of them links out so it'll fit. Sit in the back of church. Wait a minute, what? Pastor can't stop staring, and First Lady mad, baby. And I always said at the back of the church, if I wore this, I would put a jacket over it. I wouldn't just wear this in the church. I would have a nice like trench coat or some type of long sweater where you can't see nothing. But I would, you know what I mean, like one of my long jean shirts or something. But yeah, all the time, especially when I have blonde hair. I told you every church I ever went to, I got called out, and I used to be trying to hide, like, bro, this why I don't come to church. I don't care how big the church was. I'll be trying to. Who's that sister right there? Have her come over here. Praise the Lord, sister. I don't want to praise the Lord with nobody in here. I sat in the back too long and I saw all that was going on. We will not be attending this church anymore. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right. So, first infancy of Jesus Christ, the gospel, right? We on Sacred Text today. And the message is, he had it and he has it. Please write that down. Y'all hear me? He had it and he has it. Thank you so much. Thank you, girl. I got Did you send me these or you Lima? Y'all better get with our paparazzi girls, honey. They got all the goods. Because you sent me a gray one too, didn't you? I got the silver one too. And I got some heels that go with both of these that are not these. I like shoes. And y'all know the platforms is back in. That's why I didn't get rid of mine in this decade, baby. You see that 2-inch platform right there. They already back in. I already got them. Got the bell bottoms to match, honey. Goodwill for your bell bottoms. I'm telling you. Don't sleep on the Salvation Army. And they be having the good ones. You love this jewelry, Naisha Jewels and Miss Yulima Allen sell the paparazzi jewelry, and they keep me laced up with it. You said NZ. Okay, thank you. She just got Naisha Jewels. Come over here too so they can see. Hi, Auntie. Where you at? And what time is it? Let me not yell because you in the international places. How you feel over there? Auntie is in Jerusalem and stuff, y'all. How is it? Is the food good in Jerusalem? Jerusalem. Right. I want to know. It's on sacred text. Hey, sir, I remember you said if you don't pay your tithes to God and his people who need help, you will let the spirit of poverty in your life. It's the truth. It's the truth. And as soon as you start to give that spirit of poverty, so I have $600 for whoever you know that needs it. We got some people. We got some people, actually. We always have people. If you want to send it to Tat Not Place or however you want to do it, we always got people. There's always somebody that needs help. I guarantee you it. How about the bishop not speak to me because I called him the wrong outfit? Pride. Because I don't care if a person called me a prophet, a dean, CERCA, that lady over there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Do you understand? It's a real thing. You don't even gotta say nothing, baby girl. Next time, just don't even respond. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's all we do here. Okay, so look, I want to say this. So the food in Greece is amazing. We're leaving port now. I'll be in Turkey tomorrow visiting. Okay. Oh, so you in Greece and then in Turkey. Okay. See. Did you eat some olives and stuff over there? Some good girl. Okay, Auntie. I'm gonna have to talk to you. Cause listen, I'm gonna be and start asking you about the food over there and stuff. That's all. You know the beautiful views is great, but honey, I want to know what the food tasting like. Look. All right, come on. So, okay. Not personally. We have that's what we do. We have a 501c and there are people that send in donations and we send it out to who we can and bust it up as I like to try to divide what I can so we can help a lot of people. You know what I mean? So we might not be able to do all of it, but we got a chunk of it for you, or however that works. And we can't do everybody because we don't get government funding. We are you school funded. We are self funded. Our organization is self funded. We don't get no grants from like no government, nothing. Everything that we've done here has been us putting it together. Tatnam Place at Tatnam Place on Cash App. If you go to my CERCA TROVA website, or even I think the links are up here. If y'all know it, can y'all put it up there? Please. Tatnam Place, whatever on what's that, thank you. That's a shame. I think it's Trouble Circle. I know it's Tatnam Place, one of them. Hashtag something. Oh, happy birthday. Come on now. You done made it to 38. Thank you so much, Noob. I appreciate you. Thank you. Because I'll be Yeah, there's too many things I have to remember. Okay, you don't see it. Okay, so let me tell you where it is. You gotta go. Okay, I forgot. Okay, so let me walk. Ooh, don't get up like that, girl. You forget where we at now. Hold on. Okay, so look, it's here. You gotta click this, the lady and the baby, or not that, and then you're gonna go underneath all of the Testament of Solomon, and then the Testament of Benjamin, and it's this one, the lost books of the Bible. That's the one you need to click right here, and then you're gonna go down, and it's here. And you see it. Oh, wait a minute. Guess I should turn it around. Can you see it now? So it's gonna be the first gospel of the infancy of Jesus Christ right here. Did y'all see that? Let me go back. Ladies, I can't do it now because my knees are bad, but young ladies, if you vacuum in your highest heels, it will strengthen your legs, your calf, and lift your backside up. Did y'all know that? And work on your posture. Not mop, vacuum. So if you have any carpet, get all of this together. That was my exercise because I didn't have money for the gym. So put your highest heels on and vacuum in them. Clean up, not around water, but just like folding clothes and stuff like that. It'll pull all of that in. Oh yeah, it's a real thing. Sacredtext.com. All jokes aside, when I was in my 20s, gym where and I got 4 kids. Who gonna watch them? Oh yeah, I'm telling you, it worked. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's how I did. Lifting kids, putting up groceries, folding clothes, and vacuuming in my heels. It works. It's the best because you gotta use your stomach muscles to keep yourself together to push, and then you have to use your calf muscles. It works. It's cardio in itself. Okay, just trust your auntie. Trying to put you on. Just in case you ain't got gym money and you won't be sitting on nothing everybody else can sit on. That is an easy way to build your core up. I promise you. Wrap them up. I ain't got my band. I mean, this the thing. Don't have no cheap heels on though. You can't. You can't. You gotta. You gotta see. Okay, ladies, let me tell you something. Just because they're expensive, don't mean they're well made. Okay. I need for some of the young girls to understand that. Because I guarantee you, I got those Steve Maddens that I showed you. These came from a shoe trend store. But I know for a fact they was made in the same warehousing type place because they the same weight of the Steve Maddens. Everything is the same. You hear me? But these was like $39 and then was like 200. Now I didn't pay that. Thank you, Jesus. 29 or the 300. You see, or 200. You see what I'm saying? But I know that these were made in the same place they was made. And see, the quality of the shoe is the thing. And these are heavy. And they fit good on my feet. So I used to, before my knee got messed up, be able to run it. I could run in these. Because this shoe is about 3-4 pounds. It ain't light. You won't, if you gonna wear heels, you can't buy no cheap shoes that don't have a good heel on them because that's how you mess up your ankle. And you need to walk on your tippy toes. But these, I like these because my feet are really pretty even in this shoe. So my foot ain't really like this, which is straining my back. It's more like this. Because this platform is 2 inches. So then the base of my foot is like right here. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't have all that incline for real because this evens it out. You're not a girly girl. Well, you gonna have to be here shortly, ain't you? Because when we do our Goodwill prom or our budget prom, you gonna have to be, ain't you? And what my brother-in-law gonna do? Because I don't think I done forgot about the Goodwill prom. We ain't. As soon as we can figure it out. Middle America, somewhere. We having us, and it ain't gonna be all. We gonna do what we gonna do. Everybody gonna have to chip in like the hood prom. Bring the decorations with you. We gonna be there 3 days so we can decorate one day, chill out, and then we gonna decorate the little place and have our little prom, and then have breakfast the next day and go home. And is we are we having a goodwill prom for real, real. So if you're new, get your stuff. You do not need to go buying all expensive. We want it to be something you can find some good stuff at the Goodwill. I'm trying to say this beautiful Yves Saint Laurent real red the scarf on my head. I didn't even know it was real. I just liked it, and I didn't even see the YSL when I bought it years ago because I this was at the Dig in Goodwill, which I love because you can find everything. That's where I got my Gucci bag in too for $3. And it's authentic, like one of his first like collections of the thing. Anyway, yeah, I don't be knowing where to go look, honey. Auntie gonna get some stuff, and then I get home and be like, "This is a $400 coat that I spent all of $3.27 for." Thank you, Dad. And that's how I say it too. Thanks, Dad. Mm-mm. I don't got it. Mm-mm. And don't. Moving on. Y'all better go. Listen. I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay. So here we go. Now what we about to do here is skip down to DTT. Let me see. Chapter 6. Please and thank you. Chapter 6 of the first gospel of the infancy of Jesus Christ, please. Y'all ready? I just had to make sure we was in the right. And we gonna skip around, so don't be talking about I missed nothing. This is gonna feel like your other church today. We just gonna move around. You ready for to pay for another cabin? Come on. Yes, I do want to go back. That was so beautiful in Tennessee. I ain't gonna lie. They got cabins in other places though, like Colorado. Like Colorado and other places in Arkansas and don't they got cabins in Arkansas, don't they? Or like listen. Yes, Auntie. I think we should, classy lady. Okay. Yes. I do want to go to Colorado too. The Rocky Mountains are beautiful too, and Yellowstone. Yeah, the folks come up missing in Yellowstone. Mm-mm. We ain't gonna be. Well, y'all can do Yellowstone, but I watch too many murder mysteries to go to Yellowstone right about now. That's where the people we be studying about is. No, thank you. No, I'll drive on by now. I drive on by. Mm-mm. They come up missing out there. They whole car and everything. They don't find nothing, or they just be ripped to shreds and they say some kind of beast. We reading the first gospel of the infancy of Jesus Christ, chapter 6. Cryptids and stuff. Right. Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. National parks folks come up missing up there a little bit too much. Okay. Yeah, I'll throw you a bottle of water, Mr. Gentleman. Definitely will. Okay. So it says they went into another, where there was a woman possessed with the devil, in whom Satan, that cursed rebel, had taken up his abode. So let me ask you a question. Did y'all hear that? Let's go back again. We're going to start over. They went into another, where there was a woman possessed with a devil, and in whom Satan, that cursed rebel, had taken up his abode. So Satan himself had taken over a woman. First it said a devil, then it said the devil. So we know that he'll flip-flop because he was a beggar and a bread maker with Job. He was a dog with Judas. After he made Judas hit Jesus, he turned into a black dog and ran off. Remember? If I'm not mistaken, he got in also the king of Persia as well. Right? So he flip-flopping through everybody. He don't care if he hopping a chick, hopping a dude. He going in animals. Oh my God. Ain't that what the stars be doing? Oh boy, he had the gerbil in his booty. Didn't he have a wife and a boyfriend, and he had the... No. When he married at one point in time, Richard Gere? What is that his name? Ain't he the one that had the gerbil in his booty that they had to take out? Yes, and Cindy Crawford. So he was married, and then... Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, they used to put them in like a plastic bag and shove them up their record. No, for real. And they died. They wiggle around in there. Mm-hmm. Rod Stewart did it too. I didn't know Rod Stewart did it too. Holly weird. Moving on. Okay, moving on. Come on back. So we was just okay. Mm-hmm. So then we know where a lot of the certain... We ain't going. That ain't where we're going. Yeah, I'm just saying. We're seeing a pattern with these fallen angels, are we not? Are we seeing a pattern with the fallen angels of how they like to do stuff, and then the people that allow those spirits to inhabit their body, they be doing a lot of the same. And it's crazy because in Hollywood, those gods are everywhere in the cement. You go put your star there. They are fallen stars. They fell from heaven like stars. You go to Hollywood to become a rising star, which is a slap God in the face. Those angels are not shining anymore. God turned them dark. What do you go to Hollywood to get? Bling, diamonds, lights, flashing, all that they were prior to being kicked out of heaven. That wasn't no rumor. They had his butt in the house. It wasn't only one time. It was the time that the thing died. Because it died in there and they couldn't get it out and he was sick. No, that wasn't no damn rumor. Because he was in the hospital and everything. Yeah, that made like worldwide news. I guess they said, now look now, we ain't about to keep taking these damn gerbils out your... Bet you won't do that no more. It happened in the 90s. I know it did. I was alive. I was alive. I watched the news. I was a little old person. I'm trying to tell you. I know a lot of stuff I just don't talk about. It's all kinds of stuff that they get washed out now. Serious. Back then, it wasn't as protected, honey. They was putting their tails on blast back then. I was alive, right? I was alive. Okay, anyway, come on. Okay. It says one night she went to fetch water. She could neither endure her clothes on nor to be in any house. But as often as they tied her with chains and cords, she brake them and went into desert places, and sometimes standing where roads crossed and in churchyards would throw stones at men. Thank you. Formaldehyde, it's the name they call that. Butt naked. As soon as you ingest it, most people are standing in the middle of the road naked. They might be throwing stuff at people. They might run at you. Do y'all know? They call it butt naked. It used to be called wet. It's still called wet too, but they also call it butt naked because most people, if they gonna do it, if they do it enough, they gonna end up naked somewhere. In a field, they gonna be in their drawers, then put all their clothes off. For real. Right. I didn't want to say too many words because they be whatever. But that's hear me, okay? How many women do we see or people do we see now that are like this? Kensington, different parts of New York, every city. St. Louis, Arizona, these blues and whatever that mess is. Got people looking just like this, don't it? Nope. Okay. It's not a lot when I worked in the hospital. Okay. Okay. So this is how a possessed person acts. So are those people that we see on the street possessed? Or are they just a drug addict? We talked about possession a couple months ago or in the last month or two. So as soon as you take a chemical into your body, and we don't know if what happened as to why Satan, because he can't just come in. The door has to be open. Okay? So something, it could have been rejection. It could have been whatever it was, not letting go, that Satan had the ability to inhabit this girl's body. But as soon as the demon got in, she started doing abnormal things. Anybody remember the possession of Emily Rose? Excuse me. Okay. Are you seeing it now? Are Are you seeing it? Are you getting it? There are people that we throw away that are possessed. And all they need is a person that can see between the two. What good is your Holy Ghost if it can't do if it can't discern for you, if this person is just hurt and they're trying to numb their pain, or if they're possessed, or both? What good is your church clothes and your church shoes and your fake hallelujahs if you see a person dealing with mental illness and you do nothing? You look good in church. You didn't see this sister in no shoes, and some beat up shoes, and you got enough. Did you ask her what her shoe size was? You got all them clothes in your closet that you don't wear. But instead of you blessing another sister so she can come to the house of God and feel good, what you going to do? You going to make sure you sharp and your family. Brothers, same. Y'all spend $7, $8, $9, $1,000, $2,000 on a custom suit to go to church. And there's brothers in there that is doing their best to learn. And y'all don't make them confident about coming to church. Why churches don't got a closet? So new members that maybe was never taught, thank you, Jesus, how to dress for church because they never had to go. They can go in there secretly and get what they need. So the next time they come back, they don't got to worry about all the eyes. I don't think I ever been to a church that got a church closet. I ain't talking about a store. I'm talking about a free closet where if you don't like what they wear, y'all got some stuff for them. Because you can get grants from Walmart. They'll donate dresses, shoes, everything they mark down. So it ain't no excuse because you a 501c. They'll donate shoes, clothes, bags, belts, ties, dress shirts, the nine. You don't like the way she dressed, she come in with her nipples out. Do you got something she can change into? Because maybe that's all she got. Y'all got one? Thank you, Jesus. You'll be the first. I ain't seen none. And I've been to churches all over this country, honey. And they'll talk about the woman and the man that come in there and hand her a thing, but you ain't sending her home with no dresses. So when she come back next Sunday because she got filled with the Holy Ghost, you don't know, she might have just ran away from her pimp and don't got nothing. Come on. So your pantry has a clothing closet. But the church is supposed to have one. Every single church is supposed, that's where they go to get stuff, what you need. And this could all be free to them. Listen. What do you do to make them want to come back? Tell them come back, but do you ask them if they have a bus card or gas money to get back? Do churches hand out gas cards for you to be able to get back next Sunday? All of these things are what Christ looks like, not how you dress. It's how you living. I'm trying to tell y'all. God said, what good is it for you to hear a man, I'm paraphrasing now, to say he need a jacket and you got 100 of them and you don't give him one. And you tell him, be blessed, brother. Wow. Honey, they don't even, yeah. Breakfast, dinner, you can't get no free meals at church. Unless it's a soup kitchen, but like if they having something for the pastor, them meals do not be free. They don't. Hmm. I told the lady at the airport that I'm giving all my clothes that I brought on this cruise away. Come on, auntie. Come on. That part. That part. That part. We know you get. You see how this works? So you doing international charity, huh? Come on now. Come on now. We do international philanthropy around here, Enzo. Enzo. Come on now. That part, Naisha. Enzo. We givers over here. Y'all remember when we first started saying that? We givers over here. And some people was like, I'm not really, but I'm going to say it. And look at you, a giver. A year later, 6 months, 8 months, 4 months later, you are a whole giver. Look at you. Now you be trying to find people to give stuff to. You need anything? You sure? You sure? Now don't send this stuff to me. Do it in y'all neighborhoods. In the neighborhoods, like where you know them kids don't got no Jordans and your kids got 4, 5 pairs in there that they probably not gonna wear no more. Clean them up, take them down there, so those babies can feel confident going to school too. You can take them to the school and they'll distribute them to the kids. That you can take them straight to the counselor, make sure they clean and stuff, and they will distribute bags of clothes discreetly to babies that they know that need clothes, underwear, t-shirts, new, if they wear uniforms and stuff like that. That's what the counselors are for. Wash them up, put them in some brown paper sacks, go to the front of your kid's school. Don't and take what you would want somebody to give you. Don't take no old raunchy stuff. Take some stuff that if you was in a situation, you would want somebody to give you and your kids. You don't want nobody's torn up, raggedy stuff. Take them the stuff that if you was in a bad situation, this is all you and your baby had to wear every day, that you would want your kids to be having to wear. For real. Do you want God to give you his leftovers, or do you want God to give you his best? He said, because if you did it to the least of them, you did that to me. You can't give away trash and won't treasure, honey. Gotta give away treasure too. Love thy neighbor as yourself. That part is the real thing. Listen, there's so many people that could benefit from the stuff you don't use. Your kitchen stuff, all the stuff, whatever, your old comforter sets, all that stuff. It's a young lady or a young man that don't even know where to start because maybe nobody taught them even how to furnish their apartment for a little bit of nothing, so they don't have to be giving all these. I mean, it's some people you can bless. And it's a way for you to clean out some stuff you really don't want no more. Plenty of people have blessed me with furniture, a table, because I didn't have it, because I didn't have to leave it over across the country somewhere. And they be like, oh, you can take it. Matter of fact, I got some curtains, I got this, and it'll be all the colors I needed. And I put it with what I got, and boom, we in here. I didn't have to do it. Bought brand new couches and was trying to sell everything before I left. Couldn't sell it. Young lady came up. She had 2 little girls. I had 2 twin size matching beds. The whole room. So I said, girl, come bring somebody and you can take whatever you want out this house. Plates, cups, bowls. I ain't charging you nothing. Come get whatever you can get. Washer and dryer, take it out because I gotta go. Then did that several times. If I can't sell it, what I'm gonna do with it? I ain't carrying it with me. I'm going over. I'm got here. Then gave away cars and everything. It's not a game here. Here go the title, signed over. Go do what you need to do because I gotta go. And didn't want nothing in return. But God always blessed me with better. Not saying like, oh, whatever, it was some nice stuff, but I'm just saying every time I gave it away and didn't try to overcharge and all of this, he always blessed me with something. I was like, I ain't worried about that. Thank you, God. Look at this. For real. So, it's a lot of ways. It don't always got to be money. Have I read all of these? No, not because, no. I used to be able to say yes prior to TikTok. But since TikTok, no. I have not read all of these books. A lot of them, but not all of them. Because it's still books you can't even see that I just keep getting. Because these people around here don't know. They just going to do what they want to do. Now I wish we could rewind time back about 10 years so I could go through and read all of these books and then come back out. You know what I mean? Like, we don't even have, I don't know how much time we have. Anyway, moving on. So now that we know that the devil has inhabited this lady and it makes her not be able to stay in the house, she can't wear clothes. Okay? She can't wear no clothes. They got to tie her up with chains and cords. Where do they do that? Where's the main place we see people chained up because they can't control themselves and they scared they're going to run away? And be somewhere naked with they on the corner. What they said in the Bible, with their ass out in the psych ward, asylums. We in the Lost Books of the Bible on Sacred Text, first gospel, the crazy house, right? The first gospel of Jesus Christ. Or the infancy. The infancy of Jesus Christ. Sorry. So let's read that again. And then now y'all gave the answer that the mental hospital, the asylum, whatever, is where people that conduct themselves like this, y'all agree? Yes. So then let me ask you a question again. Is mental illness demons? Or is it a chemical imbalance? Did you ooh. Okay? The demons are the chemical imbalance. Which means this can go away because it's possession. Yes or no? Even in the movies, when the demon come out of a person, when the demon is in the person, the person's face is dark. When the demon comes out of the person, instantly their face lightens. Yes or no? Even in the movies. Okay. 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 So look at this. It says one night she went to fetch water. So she was normal when she went to go get the water. She was normal. When she was on her way, somebody, maybe her mama sent her to go get the water. She was normal. She was fine. And then it says she could neither endure her clothes on, nor be in any house. But as often as they tied her with chains and cords, she broke them or break them, and she went out into the desert places, sometimes standing where roads crossed, and in churchyards she would throw stones at men. So she'd be fine, and then she wouldn't. Y'all don't think that's crazy? How does schizophrenia work? How does dementia work? How does bipolarism work? How does DID and multiple personality disorder work? They be fine and then they don't. Okay. The next morning, having received a sufficient, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't skip. Hold on. Okay. So when Mary saw this woman, she pitied her, whereupon Satan presently left her and fled away in the form of a young man. Wait a damn minute. So Satan inhabited the girl and made her cut herself and be naked and throw stones at people, and she couldn't be in the house. When Mary came by with Jesus, instantly he jumped out of the girl and transformed into a young man running away. So when he was in Judas Iscariot, when he hit Jesus, and then Jesus turned around and looked at him or whatever happened, he jumped out of, listen, now, who's seen a video on TikTok with the person walking by and then that dog jumping and then going and then being right behind that little girl? Or they didn't show where you will see a shadow and it looked like a dog and it stands up into a man and start walking, and you can see it on these cameras. Right? So we are literally watching Lucifer. Every single time he's in a situation, he's shape shifting to animals, to women, and to men. And every time that he's inhabiting them, their situations are worse. So he transitions to an animal. We have people transitioning into animals right now. Humans that are cutting their tongues, forking their tongues, cutting their ears and nose off. Oh, could these possibly be the spirits that were created when the fallen angels went into the animals? Because they like they all lost their bodies in the flood, most of them. So could the spirit of the angel that went into the snake be in the person in our day that is forking their tongue and cutting their ears off and cutting their nose off, because that's exactly what they really look like. We have people getting horns, the fine horns put under their skull. Could that be the spirit that is running that person because they start to transform into that demon or that entity that used to be here? We already know that the spirit of the angel's children is trapped here as the disembodied spirits. They got to walk around earth and see their bodies and let us think we think they statues, and we don't know that they've been calcified or petrified. We know that from Medusa. We also know it from the woman that was turned into the pillar of salt. Okay. What's the spirit behind the BBL? What's her name? We know this. What's her name? Oh no, Scalise. Oh no, Scalise. Onos Khalees. Okay? Onos Khalees. We know the spirit behind that. We know the spirit behind a lot of other stuff too, don't we? Okay. How about this? What do we study about Nero? It says that Satan inhabited Nero. Lucifer inhabited Nero. What did we learn about Nero and how he lived and how he moved around? Thank you. And all Khalees did was change the A to an E. Do y'all remember what he did? Nero? He had a wife. He had a wife. And I think she either lost his baby or couldn't have his baby. So he killed her. He went and found a young man that looked exactly like her, if I'm not mistaken, and castrated him. And either he became the woman in the relationship or the dude was. I don't really know how it all worked out. He kicked her to death. Okay. And then he went and found a guy that looked exactly like her. And I believe he castrated him. And then, but in his wedding, I think he was the woman, and it was a whole, yeah. And it said Lucifer inhabited him. So Lucifer enjoys having people mutilate themselves because she was mutilating herself. The Legion dude was mutilating himself. The cutters that we was reading about, they was mutilating themselves. So every time that an evil spirit gets into you, you start to mutilate yourself in one way or another. You would cut your flesh. Body modification. And they say, I can't stop my plastic surgery. I have to keep mutilating my flesh and keep mutilating my flesh and keep mutilating my flesh until I don't even look like the same person anymore. Sometimes I look like a monster. It's insatiable. They say, see how they didn't switch that word, addictive? But what did God say about the demons? Their appetites for whatever it is that they do is insatiable. Theft, whatever it is, it's insatiable. They've now changed it to addicting or addictive. But the actual word we should be using is the appetite for that is insatiable. It can't be satisfied. You're going to always need to cut on something else or do something else. A stronger drug, a stronger drink, a stronger whatever. Another man, another woman, a man and a woman, another man, woman, man, animal, dog, cat. It starts to be never enough. You can buy enough things. Swipe your card, pay it all down, and run it all back up because it's all an insatiable appetite for a feeling. But God say do everything in moderation. That's why CERCA keep telling y'all, not for real. I really don't need nothing else. I don't. Not things. only so many books I can read, only so many things I can do. It's too much. After over a point, it's excessive. And if you don't keep it in moderation, God will start to remove things because you can only do. It's like a kid that don't want. They got all the toys, but somebody go pick up the littlest one. And no, you got all of these toys and you don't want to share one. No. And then stuff just start breaking. No, I get it. I already prepared room for those. I told you. I prepared room for the name of my series, and I think it's a few other books coming. I prepared room for those. I told you we got one more shelf. We got one more shelf. It's gonna go right there, and whatever come, it didn't fit on there. Okay, gotta fit on there. I think somebody else just sent me the Harry Potter. No, it's not Harry Potter. It's something else. It's another series coming too. It'll be over there with the series. This is the series stuff over there. Anyway, come on. All right. So now that we know Lucifer is a shapeshifter, and he didn't shapeshifted into a dog, and now he didn't jumped out the girl and turned into a boy. I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna just read it. When Mary saw this woman, she pitied her, whereupon Satan presently left her and fled away in the form of a young man, saying, woe to me because of thee, Mary, and thy son. Y'all getting it? Okay. So the woman was delivered from her torment, but considering herself naked, she blushed and avoided seeing any man. They don't do that no more. And having put on her clothes, went home and gave an account of her case to her father and relations or relatives, who, as they were the best of the city, entertained Mary and Joseph with greatest respect. So they was like the rich people in this city. Okay. So let me ask you a question. When we seeing all the nakedness of these women in the streets, when I can go in a grocery store and see a woman in a completely see-through bodysuit, and they not ashamed of their nakedness, I'm taking them heels off, y'all, and putting my flip-flops on. And yes, I did a good 68 minutes in them. Hey, stood up for 68 minutes and like, you can be it. That's enough. That is enough. That's enough. I take that. Look how short I am now. Y'all see the difference? These is my magic sticks right here. They is my magic sticks. And is. I'm really little. Now they don't hurt my feet. I just ain't I ain't walked in heels in a minute, but I'm about to. Let's see. They like, wait a minute. Now she all the way down there. And he is. Okay. So it says she was delivered from her torment. Okay. 5. The next morning, having received a sufficient supply of provisions for the road. All right, here we go. Right here. The next morning, having received. Can y'all look up the definition for me of received? What's the definition of received? Let's look. We know what it means. We are short. Let's see. You said my court actually changed. Yeah, because then you gotta. I told y'all what to do. I'm trying to tell you. Clean up in your highest heels, the good ones, and it'll get you where you need to be. Gifted to accept, generally accept. Okay. Okay. All right. Whew. What's sufficient mean? To take or get something, give, paid, receive money. Okay. Don't eat any more popcorn. Let's see. I'm going to do it. Don't worry about it. You just sent me that one in there. I got that little one in there. I ain't even busted open. I got to look at the taste. It's a different kind. It's like peanut butter or something, I think. Enough to meet the needs of a situation. So once the demon got out of the rich people's daughter, once the demon got out of the rich people's daughter, they got that bread. It's like Blue Ivy being possessed with a demon, and then me and my grandson show up, and all of a sudden she free, and Beyonce be like, we gonna, whatever you need before you leave. Right? They got it. Okay? It says, having received a sufficient supply of provisions. What is provisions? What is provisions? Popcorn over cookies. I'm going to eat all of it. Matter of fact, I ain't had no salty french fries in a minute. I'm going to have some of those today. Plans made ahead, necessities, food. I bought a lot of provisions on this trip. Come on, Auntie. Enough to achieve a goal or feel a need. Okay. A stock of needed materials and supplies. Okay. So they go into this town. The girl is sick. Jesus heals this baby. And as soon as they get ready to leave, they're like, whatever you need to go to where you going next, we gonna give you more than enough. Received a sufficient supply of provisions for the road. They went from them, and about the evening of the day, arrived at another town where a marriage was about to be solemnized. But by the arts of Satan and the practices of some sorcerers, the bride was become so dumb that she could not so much as open her mouth. So when we read before in this story, it was a man that had gotten married, and as soon as he got married, the sorcerers had bewitched him and made his meat not work. Now we got a chick that's on her wedding night. The devils that struck her non-verbal. You gotta say your vows. You can't just shake your head. You have to say them. Lucifer don't want nothing that God sees as holy to happen. This is why you can date a person for years, but as soon as y'all get married, it's real, real crazy. Bridezillas and groomzillas come out. That's the enemy making y'all pick at each other and argue with each other because he don't want it to happen. He wants seeds of bickering and arguing and fussing and hurt and confusion to y'all getting ready to go say y'all. Still don't believe he's in every part of your life. You thinking about people that was together. You thinking about your own wedding days. Lucifer, they are okay. Now do y'all believe this dude and his army is strategic? Thank you, baby. Y'all don't believe they strategic now? He worried about weddings. Come on. Now look at this. It said by the arts of Satan and the practices of some sorcerers. like what be happening in the Disney shows where the people be getting ready to get married, and right before they get ready to get married, a witch or a warlock or somebody with some magic show up, a spell or a potion? No. Princess and the Frog, Sleeping Beauty, or whatever her name is. It be some potion dripped off in somebody's stuff, or a warlock or a witch that's around doing something. No. Yeah. So even in Jesus' days, the sorcerers, the witches, and the warlocks was messing with people's organs and whatnot, and messing with their mouths and making them dumb and not be able to see. How many medicines, potions, excuse me, spells, incantations. I mean, prescription drugs have made people blind, deaf, dead. And I ain't even talking about the abuse of them. I'm just talking about a regular prescription. Wonder who doing that? Because chemists and stuff use the same biochemists and whatnot. They use the same stuff as the witches do, and warlocks. And then pharmacy, or pharmakeia, means spell, incantation, witchcraft, or poison. And there are medications that are making our babies nonverbal. Such and such may cause autism. Such and such may cause this. And it might have been the, if you feel that your child might be a we already know that the murder demon says he steals the voices of the babies when they 10 days old, right? Is it the three-headed dragon or the headless man? Or he be all three of them, but he go and he steal the baby's voices when they 10 days old and use them. Now, could these be the voices that people be hearing when they be saying they heard a kid calling them, but then they go and it don't be no baby? Could that be the voice that this man is using? Because plenty of people in the scary movies, and even in my own life, I done heard a kid say mama and wasn't no kid there. And you steal the baby's voice at 10 days old. They ain't really got their good cry out at 10 days. They ain't got to open them lungs up like they need to at 10 days for the most part. Because when they hit about a month is when you really hear the it's like they all the way filled up with what they need. Okay, here we go. So we know that there's a spirit in the Testament of Solomon that takes babies' voices. We know it's another demon that causes them to be blind, deaf, and in there it says mutes, but we gonna say nonverbal. And it says it does this. It says it turns their ears around backwards. It turns the hammers around backwards so that they can't hear. Blinds the babies in the womb of the mother and makes them not be able to speak. So there's actually two spirits that attack these babies' speech. We know where SIDS come from, don't we? We didn't read about the spirit that caused SIDS. Epilepsy, She said she go to the remote places, most remote places, and she said she don't go one night without a tragedy. Well, we don't understand. They just pass away. We don't know. We know. This is why you gotta pray over your babies. Pray the blood of Jesus over your babies as soon as you get them in utero or out utero. So when I tell people that spirits can attack your babies in utero, you're reading it. You've read it. The same way that the Holy Ghost can inhabit a baby in Mary and her cousin with John the Baptist and Jesus, an evil spirit. Yeah, they've been like that since they was born because you had the open door in your soul so it was able to inhabit your child. Well, you know that running their family, they always like that. Do you hear? The same way the Holy Ghost leaped in Mary's belly and in Elizabeth's belly when they was carrying Jesus, demons can inhabit. We know this. You can play with it if you want to. Keep letting these doctors and stuff play lab rat with your baby if you want to. A lot of this is spiritual sickness. We talk about it. Come on. ADHD. It's a lot of different things that's in there. I can't say, but a lot of times ADHD is your kid ain't being challenged one. And it's a superpower. You got to teach them babies in a different way. Everybody don't sit down. Take them to a Montessori school where they ain't got to sit down. And if it's an adult, like I probably somebody might think I got it. But when I sit down and focus, baby, it ain't nothing I can't do. But I be thinking already to my next thing, and I will do all of them. But the school I went to, I told y'all, they didn't make us be trapped in a class and sitting and doing. We could create, we could do. Everybody don't learn the same. I told you, one of my kids, I couldn't sit her down at the table and have her count. She had to do cartwheels. That baby did 100 cartwheels in her kindergarten. It messed me up. She would get to 20 counting before that, and then she'll get a whooping. So we went downstairs in the open area that we had, and I said, okay, you're going to do 10 cartwheels, and we going to count your cartwheels. Oh, my God. That baby counted to 100 so quick, she did 10 sets of 10. She said 100. But before that, I was whooping her butt because she'll get to 30, 40, get confused. I had to teach her a different way to learn. She wasn't a paper kid. I would have to go get gumdrops and stuff and noodles or whatever it was so that she could count it and see it. It ain't that it was something wrong. She just don't learn like that. And then she was straight A student. She running through them. They're like, oh my God, I think she's... No, y'all just didn't know how to teach my baby. You didn't know how to teach my kid. Good morning. Thank you. Listen, everybody don't learn the same. Some people are visual learners. Okay? Some people are hands-on. They got to watch you do it and do it as you do it. And then they won't forget it. Everybody don't learn the same. And you as a parent have to figure out what your child's learning language is. Period. All kids can't just sit and do it. You got to do, some kids need interactive learning to get it. And you got to take the time and do the interactive learning so they can get it. Quita, it'll ask God. He'll tell you, girl. I'm telling y'all, Dad got all the answers. Because he made that kid. So listen to their teachers and the doctors. They did not craft your child in your womb. God did, though. And he'll tell you some crazy stuff. You be like, this is, okay, I'm going to try it. And it'll work. And you be like, oh, shoot. Okay, so what do I do next? You said, tell them, take them to the park. And then let them, okay. All right. Baby's grades go up, their confidence go up. You ain't yelling and screaming all day, and the house ain't in an uproar. Go to their manufacturer. Come on, go to their menu. God made them. You want to know how to teach them? Ask God. He will show you. He will give you the tools, and the teachers will be like, "Oh my God, I never thought about that. Yeah, we're gonna use that." I'm telling you, you might help somebody else get too. So take time to figure it out. They keep saying he's smart but won't sit still. So then he needs probably like a Montessori school where they do interactive learning. He probably don't need to be in a regular public school. He need to be where he can go and build and do, and it's math, but it's just physical math or whatever. He teaches himself. He's an autodidactic poly. Yes. Come on. Exactly. However you do it. Exactly. Queen. You got to talk to them in a language they can understand. True. Okay, come on, let's get this going. So now that we know that the devil then turned into a dog, a boy, a girl, and God knows what else here. We then went to the wedding and a girl about to get married, and all of a sudden she can't talk. Where have we seen this? She found the love of her life, and a sorceress and a demon made her not be able to talk. The Little Mermaid, Antoinette, baby. No. Wait. It was the witch that made her not be able to talk too, right? So she couldn't say I do or Eric or nothing. Sing with a and then stole her voice and was using it and shape shifted into her own Oh, y'all. Gosh darn it. You said, oh, let me go watch this again. Ain't that what we just read? Now y'all know where they be getting their stories. I keep telling y'all, they ain't wrote nothing. They didn't edit some stuff and put it out there. Tell me they didn't tell us right here. What they say? What they say? It says we know this of the all that we know of the secret folk, giants, elves, dwarves, fairies, merfolk, and all the races now spoken of in whispers, of whom little is known, would be lost in the distractions of the modern world were it not for the Order of the Golden Quills, the archivists, scribes, lore wardens, and guardians of the long-lasting knowledge, forgotten knowledge. Oh, exactly how and when the Order of Golden Quills came to be? Founded, hidden in the midst of time. I know it's hidden in the midst of time. Excuse me. To be sure, the order is very old. When giants set the rocks of Stonehenge in place, the order was there, and so forth. So the award that your movie writers get is called the Golden Quill Award. And who tells us about this? The writers of our movies. Hey. Y'all putting it together. Y'all got it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, Miss Betsy. Here we go. These books are lost to us, and every single time that we open up one of these books, we see a movie in our head instantly. We can recall a movie like that. Every time we read one of these stories, we can recall a movie. This information has been hidden to the world for a long time, basically. But every time we open up one of these books, our lost books or whatever, we are finding that it's biblical. All of it. Or some. Okay. So it says, but when this bride saw Mary entering into the town and carrying the Lord Christ in her arms, she stretched out her hands to the Lord and took him in her arms and closely hugging him, very often kissed him, continually moving him and pressing him to her body. So she was probably doing like this. Oh, ah, look at him. Oh, baby. Oh, look at it. Okay. That's what she was doing to Jesus. Hold on, y'all. Okay, straightway the string of her tongue was loosed, and her ears were open, and she began to sing praises unto God who had restored her. So her picking up baby Jesus and kissing him and picking him up and kissing him, loosed the spell that Satan and the sorcerers had put on her mouth. So her ear, she wasn't deaf anymore. So why do they keep telling us that the first miracle that Jesus did it was wine when he was still a swaddling? He healed people of leprosy and everything. So is the wine the first miracle that Jesus did? The first miracle that Jesus did was healing the nurse, the midwife. Her hand was withered. Y'all remember? Thank you. Right? Okay. Here we go. Now he didn't heal the lady that can't speak, nonverbal woman who was also deaf, and then the man that couldn't sleep with his wife, and now the wife that was gonna get married, and the little girl, the rich girl that was demon possessed. And so when they left where the girl was, they gave them a whole bunch of stuff, didn't they? They gave them ample provisions. And they was like I said, this is like not wishing nothing bad on nobody, but this is at this time, it was like Beyonce and Blue Ivy. Beyonce gonna count, she a billionaire. She gonna give up whatever she got because her baby cool now. Because she's an influential little girl. So to see her out in Hollywood on the street, and you somehow or another got my baby and healed her, and now she's back with me and she's whole, it ain't nothing you can't get from me. Now you understand why I said the name of this message is he had it and he still has it. He has it now. Because every single time that a person's life was changed and they were blessed, it wasn't nothing that Jesus couldn't get and Mary and Joseph couldn't get from these people. And God strategically placed them in places with people with finance or influence. But they looked like they was at a disadvantage. But was they really? Because every place they go, they leave them with more than what they came with. Every single time they go to a city, they leave him with more than what. So now they got to get more wagons and more help. And more, so not only am I getting stuff, I'm getting servants to tend to all the stuff that I'm getting. And he was already rich because he was in the line of David too. Right, exactly. Okay. So why you be scared to move around then? Why you be scared to go into situations where it looks like you're at an disadvantage? Why do you? It gotta look like that. It don't even, and I'm not saying take advantage. I'm saying God might put you here because He wants you to get the blessings when you leave. But if you always want to start at the top and ain't nowhere for you to go, then ain't nowhere for you. Because we're not used to it. Well, at least you want it. You don't want to be disadvantaged, so then you don't get the blessings of being a disadvantaged person. Because God said the disadvantaged people, I got them. The poor and the people that ain't got much or they got their hearts is good. Yeah, I got them. Don't worry about it. I got them. He said, I'm going to be near and dear to them. They ain't near my ear going to be on their mouth. They ain't even got to holler for me. I'm right here, huh? I already knew you was going to want it. I already seen it, so you don't worry about it. Sometimes the devil make you hot under your seat so you miss your blessing. And you don't sit in the fire and be purified. Sometimes it's time for you to move, and sometimes it's time for you to sit in the fire. Can't be purified without no fire, honey. Fire gonna get all them impurities out. Or most of them. Ask me. That have been burned several times. I know all about. Listen here, I got a whole burn on my leg. Listen, don't you want to talk about burns? Oh, I know. Honey. Ooh. Purification does not always feel good. You ever did a cleanse? Your parasite cleanse, your all them cleanses. Y'all be, yep, snatched, but we ain't talking about how your booty raw. How you feel like you about to pass out when them gas bubbles and whatnot get to rolling through them guts. How you feel like you about to vomit. How it is splatter paint all in your toilet. We not gonna talk about that. Purification hurts. You said doing one now. You like, dang, she in my bath. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I'll be right back. Hold on. Oh no, I'm in a whole damn treats. That ain't up there. I'll be a sharded on myself. Let me not laugh. Y'all, I'm gonna go because I'm doing this cleanse, girl. Look, they be walking like that. Hey, bro, yeah, I'm on this cleanse, bro. Why is your cheeks so tight, bro? Look. What you mean? I'm cool. No. Now, why you walking like that? You got a boo-boo? You got a boo-boo? You need a boo-boo, baby? Look like splatter paint in your damn drawers and toilet if you pooped the wrong way. You did shot it on yourself. Look at you. Purification is uncomfortable. Gotta go right now. Come on. Y'all be like, it wasn't painful. Lies. Ooh wee. Look, y'all be like, she just don't even care. No, we gonna tell the truth around here is what we gonna do. Everybody laughing like, you be having the shakes, be sweating, be don't want nobody to talk to you. What? You in there with the light? What do you want? Leave me alone. Go. I will be out in a minute. Walking like this, trying to put a cool towel in between your cheeks, like, ooh, I'll be glad when this is over. You said, oh my God, how you gonna say that when I'm about crying on the toilet? Listen, I already know how it go. I don't want no parts of that. You said maybe in 2 minutes, get your little cool tissue and stick it in between there just for a minute. Just cool it down a little bit. It's a little warm back there. See, fire. heat, purification. It all goes together, you see. You see how that all fly, you see? You the sweat is because you're being purified. You see the heat? You feel all hot, you in that everything hot. Your skin hot, you just hot. You said God bless the tubs. Come on. Listen here. Purification do not always feel good. So there's that. Fire. Fire, you hear me? That's a fire. You want to be purified, go on in and do what you need to do. When you gonna talk about it, y'all be like, she just say whatever and do. I'm gonna say what you don't want to say. Everybody be trying to act like, your booty be on fire, fire, fire. Cold ice pack, look, everything. You got your little cooling pad back there. Okay, moving on. All right. So here we go. 7. All right. So 8. It says, so there was a great joy among the inhabitants of the town that night, who thought that God and his angels were come down among them. In this place they abode 3 days, meeting with the greatest respect and most splendid entertainment. So they was treated real, real good. All the good food, the best wine, the best everything. This is Mary, Joseph, Jesus, who is the baby, and all the people that's with them. What splendid mean, Vaseline, girl? Vaseline. Listen. Stop, boy. Now I'm throwing a damn tomato at you. You got me saying Vaseline. Lord Jesus. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. What does splendid mean? Stop it. Vaseline. Boy, listen. It'll help you slide down through there, don't it? What does splendid mean? I said Vaseline. Splendid. What does splendid mean? Listen. Shining and brilliant. Magnificent. Very impressive. Being out of the ordinary. So every time that Jesus showed up, they were showed a great time. The best of the best was given to Mary, Joseph, and Jesus, and the people with them. Pleasing. Oh, the elite. A marvelous time. So it says, in this place they abode 3 days, meeting with the greatest respect and most splendid entertainment. And we know how the elite like to party, don't we? How do the elite like to party? They were in the elite's house. I told y'all Beyonce, Jay-Z, the stars. This is where they was at. Y'all thought I was being funny. God had a plan. Kept taking them to the rich folks. Because their money couldn't change their situation. Their daughter was still down there. Their daughter couldn't get married. Their son things still didn't work, so wasn't going to be no heirs coming through here. Y'all don't think my dad had nothing to do with that? They had the money. They had the extravagance, but it couldn't change their problem. How many times do we see the elite and the rich and they have everything, but they still don't solve their problem? So a lot of them unalive themselves or get so addicted to something that they not even themselves no more. Because they money and they influence and their grandeur can't take away that pain, can't heal the demonic things that might be going. They always talking about their demons. They always talking about they demons they got. Or no. Yeah. That was worth it. Okay. And they try to fill a hole that's meant for God. Come on, that void. Demon time. Come on. Do y'all see how the word just help you understand when you break it down and you go in and you read this and you understand that, listen, that don't necessarily mean nothing, because we see that there's rich people back in the day and they still didn't have it all together. And it was somebody that supposedly had less or whatever it was, or that was in a worse situation that came by and changed their life. Good morning. Mm, 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 mm. And you want to keep looking at the people on the street and wherever else that you feel have listening, you like they might have your answer in their hand. Just like Juanita Bynum said, her sister was on crack. That didn't take away the fact of the anointing that she had on her life. And when her son had got shot or was sick or whatever it was, that woman came off a whole crack binge, baby, and laid under her baby's bed and called out to God, and God heard the crackhead before he heard the doctors. And her baby got up, and she went right on back to the streets. That same lady, I guarantee you, probably done been in a house getting high, and somebody that OD'd, and she done laid her hands on them and said, "Get up," and they did. God don't repent for the gift He gave you. You want to know how I know? Because I done been in a strip club and laid my hands on somebody that said they was sick, and they wasn't sick no more. I done laid my hands on somebody's womb and they brought forth when the doctor said they never would. I done just got through getting my split out the air and had to put my hands in somebody's ears, and their ears popped and they could hear. Miracles don't even really happen in the church no more. As a matter of fact, they're happening out in the road exactly where they were when my dad came on the scene. Where the drunks and the lepers in the hospitals, in the whorehouses. That's where the miracles was happening, because the church people got too many rules. God can't do no miracles where y'all at no more. Because if y'all doing ordained, that y'all lie and say He didn't. That's why my daddy got the whores, Mary Magdalene, Rahab, the madams. He got the murderers, the thieves, and changed them so they couldn't have superficial. I never did that. Oh no, I never. Honey, I've been saved my whole life. I'm a cute baby. That don't mean you ain't nasty. That just mean ain't nobody seen yours and they keep sweeping your stuff under the rug, baby. How many babies you done got rid of? Cute baby. Because you didn't want to embarrass your mama and your daddy because you be sneaking out, going over to sister's house and you sleeping with the son. We're not going to talk about it. We're not. It'd be a lot of blood on them churches' hands because they be worried about what people gonna think compared to what God said. I formed you in your mother's womb. That means if she 11, if she 12, if she 13, if she 14, if she 15, if she 16, if she 17, if she 18, your plan for your child's life should not supersede God's plan for your child's life. You don't know what's coming in 5 years for your child at 18 when she get pregnant at 13 and God need her to be at home with her baby at 18, because it's something that's going to change her life drastically if she don't have that baby. She going to get in the car with somebody and never come home. But if she would have had the baby, she would have been at the house. You don't know next week, next year. You don't know if your child is even going to be alive. So if they get pregnant at 13, you don't know if you're going to lose your baby at 17, but you're going to have something to remember your baby by. You better think about it. Just because you see them now don't mean they gonna be here later. And you will say, "Oh no, my baby, she's gonna have a future." Who says who? You don't know how long she got to be here. And if God let her mother her child at 14, it might know because He gonna take her at 21. You don't know. And now you're wishing that you had that grandmama, Jesus. You're wishing you had that grandchild, a piece of your child that you ain't never gonna get to see because you made a choice for God. You don't know what's coming. Your son gets somebody pregnant, you don't even know if he's gonna be here. Wouldn't you rather he have a baby so that you can see your son, my Jesus, your son or your daughter's line go on? Because God said these young people is being laid out in the street. Before one could be buried, another one is slain. Don't make no decisions on what you think. God could be giving them that baby to save their life, to sit their tail down. Poster child. Poster child. Right here. God gave me my kids to save my life. Because the devil was offering me everything. And when I say everything, I ain't talking about drugs. I'm talking about stardom early. Pageants. They wanted me to be in pageants. They wanted me to do this. And it was all of it just kept coming. And I'm in Phoenix. It ain't nothing but stars that coming out there from Cali and this and that. I'm working in the airport, of course. Because God knew later I was going to be doing this. Lucifer knew something too. Because several people that have never met each other told me God got something big for you to do. Because the devil keep offering you all this big stuff. He keep throwing stuff in your way because he wants you to trade whatever it is. But will you wait for it? Happy birthday. Will you wait? The devil always gonna offer you the decoy, but it's full of air. It's the cubic. It look real, and to the untrained eye, baby, they wouldn't know. But to a person that know a real diamond and had a light in the cuts, you can't fool. Will you wait for the real thing? Will you not make decisions based on what you think and actually say, God, why did you let this happen? If you allowed it, it's something I'm supposed to learn. So tell me. Instead of, my baby ain't having no baby because, or my son ain't about to, she just, because she think we got some money. No, your son might not be here next year. And God know how much you love your baby, so he want to leave you a piece, and you gonna treat her like she did something like your son didn't have to let loose in order for that baby to be here. But we not gonna talk about that. Ain't nobody trying to track your little raggedy son. He trying to have something he can love because you so invasive in his life. He need to feel like he in control of something. Oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Worried about where he be putting his stuff at. You need to be worried about who be putting their stuff in you, lady. That is not your issue. don't gotta apologize. I've been on here dang near an hour and a half and I ain't went to the bathroom. Y'all still love me? We've been on here 2 hours and 3 minutes. We at church today, ain't we? Let me put my heels back on so I can go back to church. We having an intermission. Then we having the offering. You know, you take your shoes off when you sit down. They didn't have to stand back up, so let me put my heels back on. It don't seem like that long. Listen, I know we on here 2 hours already. That's why when y'all be like, no, don't go. Excuse me. I've been talking for 60 minutes, 120, 180, sometimes 7 hours straight. See how tall I am again? All right. Let's get back to it. I love y'all too. Uh-oh. We might not be able to do that. We is going to have to. We're going to have to right here. Okay. So, 10, it says, and being then furnished by the people. 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 You get to doing the Lord's will, and everything you need is going to be furnished by the people. Humans. Because God ain't going to send his hand from heaven, and he going to have people give into your bosom when you do right. I'm telling you, this has happened to me before TikTok. I keep telling y'all that. I'm not joking. Where I cried because I didn't know where I was going to put stuff. This happened to me before. More than one time. But I also don't have no problem with giving everything away and starting over to somebody that needed more than me. And that's a message that God be trying to teach people. It don't matter if you got to start over. I got enough to start you over 100 times. Do you believe me or not? And I'm going to show you every time I'm better and better, more quality things, so that you can understand what's happening. That it ain't nothing off limits to me, but you, I ain't letting go. I ain't getting rid of it. I can't. Okay. Well, don't be trying to talk about why you ain't seen nothing new then, because you ain't got rid of the old yet. That's why I keep telling y'all, wait a minute. I can't even play with the new stuff that I got. I don't need no more. I forget what I got in here. That's excessive. God don't like it when you do that. Now, yes, he's making y'all, not making y'all. He is, I don't know the word. He bless y'all to bless me. I get it. And I'm not being funny. I'm just saying, some people will just keep taking, even though they're not ever going to use it, not ever going to need it, because they're just greedy. I'm not a greedy now when it comes to food. Food is different. But even with that, I'd be like, okay, y'all, I don't need no more. I got enough right now. Now, if I need some more, I'll tell y'all. In moderation and everything. When you do it in moderation, God will give you excess. But if you go and try to get the excess for yourself, you never have enough. Food is different. I want your plate and my plate. And two. And two. Yeah. I like food a lot. Food's great. Grateful he made it. I like food. Y'all should like food too. Listen. His and hers plate. And do. His, hers, and the kids. And I'm going to eat some of everybody's. And maybe come back later. And do. This is not the girl you're gonna take on a date and ain't gonna eat. You're gonna be mad. Right. I'm gonna eat. So if you're looking for that other kind, she ain't over here. Ain't gonna be no damn salad. That's the appetizer. But where is the rest of it? Where is the rest of this? This is dying because I have 1,652 of these things open. Okay. So we about to get this done and over with. All right. So now it says, and then being furnished by the people with provisions for the road, they departed and went to another city in which they were inclined to lodge because it was a famous place. So every place they didn't left, the people gave them more than enough. They didn't stayed in the best hotels, 5-star hotels, or only where the elite stay. And now they done went to another city, and what is it? Like Hollywood or New York, a famous place like Dubai. Right? That's a famous place. Like what's the definition of famous? Well known. Any more? Widely known and acknowledged. Okay. Honored for achievement. So this ain't a place known about by many people, in high standings, popular. Okay. Okay. So God then took them from Beyonce's house to Oprah's house. Venus Serena Williams. Or Jeff Bezos. We'll say Jeff Bezos. Everybody know who Jeff Bezos is. Even people in remote countries, because they order from Amazon, know who Jeff Bezos is. Okay? All right. So it says, there was in this city a gentlewoman who, as she went down one day to the river to bathe, behold, cursed Satan leaped upon her in the form of a serpent. Water spirits, water sprites. Yep. No. How many times have we seen that demons and water go right hand in hand? It's always some water on the floor, a dripping faucet. They try to fix it. The plumber comes, the water's back. And all of a sudden, there's a demon. They go down, they dip in this water, something touches them, they get drug under. When they come back out the water, they possess. No? Little Mermaid was in the water. When she got out the water, she transformed, didn't she? But she had to have on that magic locket, that magic necklace, or else her legs would go back. Right? Or no? So we know that demons and water from several movies go hand in hand. The water, the marine kingdom. Come on. So Lucifer transformed himself. A chick. Now, wait a minute. Don't we remember the ring? Don't we remember just earlier in the other chapter that the girl was going to fetch water and Lucifer inhabited her? Now here go another lady going down to the water to bathe, and Lucifer then changed into a snake and jumped on her. Okay. 12, it says, and folded himself about her belly, and every night lay upon her. This woman, seeing that Mary and the Lord Christ, the infant in her bosom, asked Mary that she would give her the child to kiss and carry in her arms. When she had consented, as soon as the woman had moved the child, Satan left her and fled away, nor did the woman ever afterwards see him. Hereupon all the neighbors praised the supreme God, and the woman rewarded them with ample beneficence. Benefits, you know. Let's say it out loud. Benefit. Y'all know that word. But can we look it up? I'm sorry. I'm gone. Yeah. Beneficence is the quality or state of doing or producing good, or the quality or state of being beneficent. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. On the morrow, the same woman brought perfumed water to wash the Lord Jesus. What is perfumed water? Some expensive, probably some, now, like cologne too. But I'm saying they got waters that are supposed to be, you know, like, I don't know, do it come out the geysers or from a someplace up in the Alps or something, and they say if you bathe in this water or you bathe in this, I mean, because you got to think about it. Like some right, rose water, right, right. I'm saying these are rich people. Okay, they rich. So okay, think about this. Game of Thrones, if you watched it, think about how did they scent the water? You saw rose petals in there. They might have cinnamon sticks in the water. They might have all these different fragrant oils and whatever else in this water to bathe in, right? Because we in ancient mess, they might have oranges and pomegranate juice squeezed into this water. They bathed in these things. They bathed in this stuff. Because you got to think, king, like rich, like wealthy, like milk bath, like the best of the best to bathe this baby in. That then freed her of this snake. They had soap. Soap originated in Africa. What do you mean? Of course they had soap. They had soap. Of course they had soap. They had plants, those pink plants that they're talking about right now that grow over there in the tropical areas that pull out it's natural shampoo and aloe vera gel. They had soap. Oh, they been had soap now. Now in Ireland and stuff, they didn't have no soap. In the UK and like Russia and places like that, they didn't have no soap. But in Africa, they had soap. Okay. And when she washed him, she preserved the water. So she washed baby Jesus in this expensive water, and then she kept it. The lady that had the snake wrapped around her stomach. Now, let me ask you a question. Who remembers CERCA talking about where a demon lodges at, and you can tell it in the body by how a person moves? Y'all hear my stomach? I'm hungry. How do we know how a nasty girl? How do we know a nasty girl? Or a nasty boy? Now, the way they walk. And it's always here that you see it, right or wrong. It's the way this moves. Right? This might not move too much. This might not, but right here in this area, when she walk, it's right, right, or no? A winding motion when she walk. Can I ask you a question? How do a snake move? Ain't that how a snake slither? Sideways. And we know a nasty girl or boy because of the way they walk and it's in their hips as to how you know. Don't believe me? I ain't calling him nasty, but they say he got a nasty walk. Messy C. They say his walk nasty. Okay. How hard do he walk? His whole body literally sways side to side as he's walking. And normally he walking sideways when he talking. He normally walking at an angle with, because he got one arm behind him and he looking like this when he walk. His feet go in, right? No. His whole walk is in his hips and in his waist. And I'm not talking about him. I'm just giving you a visual if you've ever seen Messy C. If you ever seen a snake in the water, the ripples. If you ever seen a chick that's trying to get a man attention, the ripples in her waist gonna tell you what she on. How hard she walk. In jail, you know who from who by what? How they walk. How they walk. Visitation day, you know who is who. As a matter of fact, they have whole galas in there that we don't know nothing about. Where they got their hair tied up and everything popping and the niggas is throwing chips at them and it's the whole thing. So we know, even from shows, who is who by how they walk. And it's normally here. And we see that Satan likes to wrap himself around this area. We also know that Satan transforms himself to a man, to a woman, to an animal, to a man, to a woman, to an animal, to a man, to a woman, to an animal. Y'all seen it? We've been reading it. One day he a man, one day he a woman, the next minute he an animal. That's just in this couple. We ain't even made it 5-6 chapters down. That ain't in Job. This is just right here with Jesus. One day he is in his feminine energy. The next day he in his masculine. And then he's in animalistic behavior. It says that Lucifer is bisexual. So it makes sense that he can hop into either one. No, we on sacred text in the infancy of Jesus Christ. Okay. It says, when she had consented, and as soon as the woman had moved the child, Satan left her and fled away. Nor did the woman afterwards see him. Oh, we read that. Okay, so we are 17. And there was a girl there whose body was white with a leprosy, who being sprinkled with this water and washed, was instantly cleansed from her leprosy. The people therefore said, without a doubt, Joseph and Mary, that the boy are gods, for they do not look like mortals. Who remembers that Joseph and Mary and Jesus went into Egypt? When he was a baby, they had to flee there because somebody named Herod was trying to kill him. Jesus also was taught. He went to school in Egypt as well. Now, so when people ask me, well, then why does Egypt have a story of a virgin mother and a father and a child that's going to be God because he was there? He walked on the streets of Heliopolis and all the other ones as a kid. They fled there. So shouldn't there be stories about him being there? But they wouldn't call him his Jewish name for sure. Or the name, the not Jewish, but the Aramaic, they wouldn't call him that. And seeing as how all people came out of two, and up until the Tower of Babel, all the same stories were being told. It should be a virgin birth story there because those people came out of the people who ended up becoming the Israelites. Or did you? It was foretold that God was going to come and undo what Adam did. Adam knew this. Says they knew. And then these are the people that started the Assyrians and the Babylonians and all of those people. So there should be a story there. Because it was the kids of Adam and Eve. And they had 63 or 5. So all those races of people got the same foundation, which is there is going to be a virgin birth to undo what I, your horrible father Adam, did. You want to know how I know? Because God told me. And he told me to write it down. And he told the angels to give it to me in the scroll so the generations after me will understand what's going to happen. So in every race of people, there very well should be a story of that because it was told to Adam when it was just him and his wife. She hadn't even become his wife yet because he had not even touched her physically in that way when he got this information. You don't think they was going to teach it to the kids? He lived 970 or 63 years. However, 30 years shy of 1,000 or whatever, 70 years shy of 1,000, 930, whatever, 930, 30 is in that somewhere. How many people you think was born from his 63, 62 children that would come back and see their papa? And he'll tell them the story about the garden and all of this. You don't think that they visited their papa? When it said when their sons and their sons came to see him when they was gonna die, he had 60-something kids. And he lived 900 years. How many generations do you think he saw? How many times do you think he told that story? When they came for his 700th birthday and his 800th birthday and his 9th. You think about this. This is where the family reunion comes in it. Because they got spread all over the world by the time they had to come back for Papa's birthday. And even though they was fighting over the land, just like in Medea's show, her movie, when they got around Grandma and Papa, they act like they had some sense. Because it's Sunday dinner. And it's a festival here. But when I leave and grandma ain't around, I got you. I'm running that fade, bro. Coming to get my stuff because you think I don't know you sent your sons over to my kingdom to steal, bro. I got you. Did y'all seeing it now? God said to spread out all into the world, and then after the flood again. But the stories was still the same. This stuff was carved in stone, and the flood didn't get rid of it. This is why we have the Chinese creation of the gods, the Persian myths, Japanese, swords and stone, which is the pirates and the water folks, Celtics, the beasts and creatures, because they was real living beings, the Native Americans, the witches, the African myths and tales, the wizards, myths and tales, the seers and healers, gods and monsters, Greek myths, Chinese myths. We got the Arabian myths. We have the Indian myths, and we got Greek. We got Norse mythology, because all of these people, you want to know how I know? And the people that's been here a long time, they know. But for my newbies, let me show you something. This book right here is where you get your Thor stories. Right? This is where you get them. This is where they come from. In this book right here, this is from the Bible. They just added a D. The region of torture for the Nephilim, the Nephilim. In the Bible, this is spelled with a P. The Nephal. Okay? The Nephilim that are mentioned in Genesis 6. In Genesis 6, if you go to Genesis 6 in your Bible right now, I'll be looking for my regular Bible. My regular Bible, and I don't ever know where I put it. I always just throw it somewhere. So when I'm looking for it, I can't find it. Hold on. The little one. Where did you put it, CERCA? I'll be stashing it. Just gonna have to get one of these. Fine. Because it's not a lot of like normal Bibles here. That's the issue. They all be in a different. We just don't do this. We'll do the Chinese English Bible, which is pretty cool that we even have this here. Ooh. So this is our Chinese English Bible. I guess we can start using these. Let's do it. Genesis 6. Right here. And look, somebody already had marked it. Which is crazy, because I never opened this and really looked in here. We looked in here that one day and it's been on the shelf. But they already marked Genesis 6, and I bet you this is the part about the Nephilim. Ain't that crazy? Look here. See this? The Nephilim were on the earth in those days. This is Genesis 6. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of men and had children by them. They are the heroes of old, the heroes of renown. Right there. See it? The Nephilim were on the earth in those days. So the same Nephilim that are mentioned in your Genesis 6 are the first thing they start telling you about when you're talking about Asgard. And Erd, U-R-D, is actually Erd from the Bible. Pretty cool. Where he at? Is it this one? It's down here somewhere. Hold on, yeah. There we go. Oh. Boom. Right there. Right here. Right there. Ancient Mesopotamian cities. Erd is where the Nephilim live. The Nephilim are who built these cities. So Erd from Norse mythology and where Noah and Abraham and all of them went in the Bible, same place. Same place. Because the Nephilim lived in Erd, and there's the realm of, under the realm of torture is where some of the giants and some of the fallen angels are being held, second heaven and the fifth heaven, for their rebellion against God. So that's why it's under the realm of torture for the Nephil, because the Nephilim are the children of the 200 fallen angels. And you can read about that in Enoch and in Enoch, where they're being held in the second and the fifth, because everybody talking about rest in heaven. Well, two floors ain't rest. Ain't no rest on two of them floors. Second and the fifth heaven is prisons. For us that don't make it, and for the fallen angels that helped us not make it, and their children. But when you say, oh, I don't believe in the Bible, I like mythology better, you're still reading it, because all of your Greek and Roman and Celtic mythology is based on the Assyrian and Babylonian kings and the generations that came out of them. It's just when you hear the Greek names, that's the Greeks' names for the Assyrian and Babylonian and the Persian kings. You're really reading stories about ancient Mesopotamia. Because it's across the narrow sea, like they call it in y'all Game of Thrones, which is the Red Sea, and you go across there, and now you're in Italy and all of that, like right up into the cold lands. Boom. Yeah, it's just stories. Right here. So all of these stories are about the children that came out of Adam and Eve, and when they spread. So why wouldn't I go read the Chinese and all of the different Asian cultures and all the other ones? Because that's what the Bible said. They spread out into all the earth. Like, folks, it's crazy. You can't read the Bible without reading about all of that, because those are the other children of Adam and Eve. Thermopylae and the whole war with that, yeah. That's pretty cool that we have this. Old and New Testament. Chinese, English Bible. This is one of our dual languages. We also have a Russian English Bible, a Korean English Bible, and we have a all Arabic Bible that is not in any English, and all the others. I think it's 10, as a matter of fact. They don't list all of them in Enoch, but if I'm not mistaken, it's 10. Okay, we about to get this done because I'm about to go find me some food. Okay. So it says, the people therefore said, without a doubt, Joseph and Mary and that boy are gods, for they do not look like mortals. Very important. And when they were making ready to go away, the girl who had been troubled with the leprosy came and desired they would permit her to go along with them. So they consented, and the girl went with them till they came to a city in which was the palace of a great king, and whose house was not far from the inn. Here they stayed, and when the girl went one day to the prince's wife and found her in a sorrowful and mournful condition, she asked her the reason of her tears. She replied, "Wonder not at my groans, for I am under a great misfortune, of which I dare not tell anyone. But, says the girl, if you entrust me with your private grievance, perhaps I may find you a remedy. Thou, therefore, says the prince's wife, shall keep thy secret and not discover it to anyone alive. I have been married to this prince who rules as a king over large dominions. and I've lived long with him before he had any child by me. At length I conceived by him, but alas, I brought forth a leprous son, which, when he saw, he would not own to be his, but said to, didn't this happen in Game of Thrones? Or the dragon? Wasn't one of the royals' kids a leper or something, and he like hit him away? Or no? Didn't the king? Oh, it was the king that was. It was a daughter. Okay. I knew one of them was like born royal, but they had a sick kid or something. Okay. The king's brother's daughter. Okay. I knew it was somebody. So, they might change the story up a little bit, but here we go. Game of Thrones. All right. But God hath cleansed me, even who is called Jesus, the son of Mary. The woman inquiring where that God was, whom she spake of, the girl answered, He lodges with you here in the same house. But how can this be? She says, Where is he? Behold, replied the girl, Joseph and Mary, and the infant who was with them is called Jesus. And it is he who delivered me from my disease and torment. But by what means? She said, You were cleansed from your leprosy. Will you not tell me that? Why not, says the girl. I took the water with which his body had been washed and poured it upon me, and my leprosy vanished. The prince's wife then arose and entertained them, providing a great feast for Joseph among a large company of men. And the next day took perfumed water to wash the Lord Jesus, and afterwards poured the same water upon her son, whom she had brought with her, and her son was instantly cleansed from his leprosy. Then she sang thanks and praises unto God, and said, Blessed is the mother that bare thee, O Jesus. Dost thou thus cure men of the same nature with thyself, with the water with which thy body is washed? She then offered very large gifts to Mary and sent her away with all imaginable respect. And you can finish reading this because I'm about to go find me some food. But do y'all see that every time the Holy Ghost and the Spirit of the Lord is around, you do what God tells you to do and you leave with what you need? Good stuff. Overflowing so much so that you got to get help to carry it. And people would be happy to see you coming. Because I know that they like, and somebody else said, you need to go over here to WOIU. I know you think it's crazy, but we studied about exactly what you're talking about. Go over there and see CERCA. You don't even got to come in a live class. She got a whole bunch of videos to where if you want to feel comfortable and you just want to know, just go through there and look through there and see. How many people y'all done sent or brought over here because you feel like you got healing? And y'all have blessed me, and I ain't even met most of y'all in person. But I leave that P.O. box with big gifts. But y'all families is being healed. Y'all marriages is being healed. Your mind is being healed. And I'm not saying I want nothing because I be telling y'all, okay, that's enough. Please. Because I'm the one that got to lift all this stuff in here. And then when I move, I'm going to be the only one that got to pack it probably. I ain't going to think about it. Anyway. My arm still hurt from putting that damn cart together. I did it. But that's a 2-person job, y'all, and it ain't 2 people. It's only me. Put that damn thing together. It holds 500 pounds. Listen, ain't nobody else. It ain't no extra set of hands, so I had to figure it out. I cried a little bit. I did it, but I cried. It can't fit in here. So I got a picture of it. But it can't fit in here. So it's just going to have to sit in the middle of the living room. Mm-hmm. I put it together. Where I'm gonna put it? Where? It won't fit in here. I said, God, what is you planning? All this stuff you giving me. Because you don't do nothing for nothing. What you got up your sleeve? This what I'm thinking. He don't give me nothing for nothing. It's always for the use of other people as well. That's a serving cart. I know exactly what that is. I'm gonna tell y'all what that makes me feel like. Y'all remember when I told y'all me and my daughters was moving into our house, or we was moving into a townhouse, and this lady was having a garage, and they was like, "Mommy, this lady gave us all this stuff, blah 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 blah." I said, "No, no, no," and they was like, "No, yeah, she said we can have it." And I started going through the box, and it was the offering plate in there. I said, take this back to her. An offering plate. I said, y'all take this back down there. The lady said, no, I'm not taking nothing back. I don't even know if she knew it was in. I said, I told my friend, I said, this means, I'm about to get rid of this. It was an offering plate. So I had the offering plate. I would like tuck it away. I know what I was raised in a church. My grandma was a pastor. I know an offering plate when I see one. I said, I kept trying to get my girls to. I think I still have it. I think I'm gonna find it. I think I still have it. Then he made me build that podium. No, that came. Then the books came, the big Bibles. Then he made me build that podium, and I had to put the offering. This is so crazy. In my house, I had to put the offering plate at the bottom of the thing. If you know, you know. It was on the bottom of the podium at the bottom, at the back where you can't see it. If you know, you know about offering. This was in between 2012 and 2014. The offering plate came in 12. The books came early 14, and the podium had to be built August, September of 2014. And look at what the heck I do every day. I knew it. I told my friends that none of this is for nothing, and I don't want that. Take it back. I know what this means, and no. It's like he'll give you little breadcrumbs of where you about to go. Now you might not like it, but he gonna give you the breadcrumbs. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. God had told me to baptize this lady. I was like, I'm not baptizing nobody. Now this is after God had anointed me, and I told y'all how it happened. It was crazy. Still mind blowing to me how that all happened. And then I was sticking my fingers in people's ears, and it was crazy. Anyway, moving on. So that happened, and I was like, yeah, this is crazy. And she said, God told me that you're supposed to baptize me. And God had told me the same thing. And I was like, I'm going to take you to this church. Well, I took her to the church, and her experience was horrible. And she said, something kept telling me you was just supposed to baptize me in my bathroom. And God had kept telling me to do that. But I didn't believe that was God. I said, no, this is crazy. I'm not doing that. And that's exactly what I wish would have happened. I should have listened to God, because that's exactly what he was telling me to do. And I was thinking, I'm going crazy. No, I wasn't. Because she came out and said it. She said, God told me you were supposed to baptize me. And that would have been my first baptism. I don't know. I hadn't even really accepted what he had called me to do. This is in 2013, 14. It was either like 2014 or 2015, I think. It was like 2014, 2015. Okay? Then I would do these Bible studies at my girlfriend's house. Right? First, it just used to be me and her. Then people would come by and they would see what we were doing and they would sit. So then they would bring somebody and they would bring somebody and they would bring somebody. And this is how the Bible study started getting bigger to the point where she would be laying in her bed and she would be so mad because it would be standing room only in this girl's 1-bedroom apartment. Her living room would be full. Her kitchen would be full. Her dining room would be full. And her room would be full. Her closet would be full. People would even climb into her bathroom. Just like we hear about on the Bible, it would be like that. No joke. It used to be crazy. And she would just look at me and finally she said, no more people. And God said, oh yeah? I'm about to stuff even more in here. For real. So then people would leave. And there would be $5 like where I was sitting or a 20. And I used to be like, you left your money. And they say, nope, that's for you. Yeah, take it. No. You need it, take it. Okay, I might need it, but I didn't ask you for nothing. I didn't ask you for nothing. I just got to say what I got to say to you. But then, my godmother comes and said, baby, people are going to start doing this and this and this because you blessed in their life. And I said, no, Mama, I don't do this for no money. I don't do this for this. I don't do this for that. And she said, I know, but you just got to, and she took me to scripture and showed me stuff. And I was like, no, that ain't what I'm doing this for. And then a lady came to me. She said, God told me I'm supposed to start paying you my tithes because you are the person that feed me and I don't go to church. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking nobody's tithes. I'm not doing that. So I would take them and take them to the church. And that's not what he wanted me to do. I didn't understand it. And my godmother explained to me, listen, when you minister and if you this is this and this and this, and I used to still be like, no, I don't want it. For years, I would no. Even when we got here, y'all kept trying to get me, and I was like, no, that ain't why I do this. I do this because this is what God called me to do. But I do understand that when you line up with what God wants you to do, you will not have to chase the things that you dream about, that you want for yourself, that you want for your family, that you want for your children. They will be chasing you. I'm trying to tell you. That's why we read these stories. So I'm telling you, it'll happen for you too. But it ain't you seeing only for you. Because everything that was being given to Mary and Joseph and Jesus was also caring for the people that they kept picking up along the way, the animals. It was provisions for everybody. It wasn't just provisions for Mary. They said they gave splendid, a lot, more than they needed. But provisions. Every single time they got up and they went to the station that God told them to stay at, they solved the problem and the people solved their problem. It was a give and take. Every single time they touched down somewhere, every single time that you touch down somewhere, somebody should be blessed with a kind word, prayer, some change, a coat, whatever the need is. Because wherever Jesus touched down, the need was taken care of. So it's so many people saying that they are God's kids, but they ain't worried about nobody's needs be getting taken care of, but they own. Want to call everybody lazy. Want to say, oh, well, if they quit living like they living. No, I'll teach them the word for real. That they could have $1 and give 10 cents away, and God will turn around and give them 100. So now they can go and they can do what they need to do. It's better than a slot machine, I promise you. But maybe if y'all not teaching the word right, then they will stay in poverty. Then their bills will stay too high. Then they don't know that they could go to Walmart and get the same t-shirts for $1 so they can buy 7 instead of 3 or 1 or 2. Or how to make food different. The mamas in the church ain't teaching nothing no more. Y'all not teaching these girls how to save money and make bread. Instead of these long services, get in that good old kitchen in there and teach these young ladies how to feed their families, how to budget their checkbooks. No, y'all just worried about offering. But over here, we going to work on their mind. We going to show them how to manage their money. We going to show them how to look nice or get house stuff for the low. So that God says, when you are faithful over the little, I give you more than, but I got to know you can handle it. I got to know that you're not going to squander it if I give it to you. So be faithful over the little. Do good with the little, and the more that you do better with the little, I will continue to bless you, and you won't even realize when it changed, and it just did. Y'all can't tell me that ain't happened for y'all, because y'all working the same hours, at the same job, but your checks be fatter, your bills be lower, and your account look a lot better than it did 2 years ago for the most. I know this because everything you buy be on sale, so you got more stuff. I know this because that's how my daddy do. You can't beat him giving. So the moment you give a shirt, a clothes, something you wanted showed up for the money you had in your pocket. I know this. This is how he moves. And he do it the same for everybody if you want it, but you got to learn his way. And you'll have so much stuff you'll look up and don't even know how it showed up. But it'll be people knocking on your door. Hey, I don't know why, but some told me bring this to you. Here, I got to go buy. You'd be like, hold on, wait a minute. I just cried and asked God for this because I needed some laundry. So, Lord, that he bought me 10 boxes. I'm going to bless the lady down the street with some because I know her kids be dirty. I'm going to call and give her some too, God. Not me on my way to give stuff away now. Come on. Because, see, God blesses you. See, okay. Who want to know a secret real quick? I'm about to bust y'all. Let me get my hammer. And yes, I got my church shoes on. And I still got my hammer, too. Let me see if my hammer fit in my purse. And two. I got another hammer that can fit in here, too. The hammer's a little bit smaller, though. But she real powerful. Hey, Grandma. So, praise the Lord, everybody. I got my purse. And I got my tool in my purse. So, I'm going to keep my bag on this side while I bust y'all head. How about that? In my heels. In my heels. I'm going to bust your head in my heels. You ready? I got my church gear on. Come on. So, look here. Is we ready? Is we ready? God blesses you on the value of what you give away. Okay. So you remember how we talked about if you steal, you have to pay back 7 times over the value of what you stole. So you steal something for $700 and you're going to lose $4,900 somewhere. That could have been a $4,900 blessing on your taxes or wherever, a car given to you for free, bills being lowered for the whole year, whatever it is. You're going to lose that. Well, when you give away valuable things, God blesses you multiplied the amount of the value. So it's the exact opposite from when you steal. So this lovely scarf that I got on, somebody paid a good chunk of change for it. I didn't. But if someone were to steal it from me, they are not going to reap that I paid $1, $2. It's going to be the value of the scarf times the value. And this is Yves Saint Laurent, a real one. Okay, a big nice one. It's vintage, but I'm sure they paid some money for it when they got it. Okay, so when you steal, you're gonna pay back the value of this. It don't matter if it's old, how much it cost when it was new. You're gonna pay the value of it. You're gonna lose that. But if you give it, he multiplies the value of that too. This is why he said it's better to give than it is to receive. You get it? So if you give trash, but you wondering why you always give somebody something that ain't valuable to you no more, why people be trying to give you stuff they don't want, it's because that's what you give. But if you give things of value, to the people that have less than you, whether you feel like they should have it or not, or what they're going to do with it. That's not your business. This is why I told you, don't just give away stuff you don't want that's stained up. Give away good stuff, and then you get good stuff. You give away valuable things, you get valuable things. You give away, God said, I'm a give according to your heart. So if you will eat a chicken bone and give it to me, and you got a whole one over there that ain't been bit on, that's what you're going to get back. Woo. That's what you're going to get back. Y'all heard that bone pop? Yeah. As long as it's not nothing crazy. It can't be no crazy symbols on it, but yes. Do we got any wood carvers? Anybody? Mm-hmm. So I'm about to go for real now. Oh, Bahama Mama. That made me excited. Okay. Listen to me. My daddy got it, and he always had it. Do you understand? I'm trying to show y'all why when they be trying to sell Jesus as this broke carpenter, where? When everywhere he went, when he was born, they was giving him so much valuable things, scarves, when the provisions ain't just food. That's money to pay tolls. That's cash to buy stuff. It's all expense paid trips is what Jesus was going on, him and his parents. Every city they went to, everything was like when me and my kids went to Disney, we didn't have to pay for nothing. It was already ready because of Make-A-Wish. They paid for the car, the gas to go in the car, the food. When we got back to toys, our house, everything was paid for. There was nothing that we had to come out of cost. I didn't care if we wanted to go eat ice cream 100 times a day. We could go back and have 31 flavors, Baskin Robbins, whatever it was. They called it different stuff, but it was Boston Market. If I wanted to eat Boston Market 100 times in a day, I could keep going back there as much. Everything was paid for. We had so much stuff stacked up in there. I said, no, this is a waste. Ice cream, cheesecake, you name it, whatever we wanted. When we went in the park, we didn't have to wait. We went straight to the front of the line. I'm talking about it's a 2-hour line. It say on there 90 minutes, however many minutes to get on this ride. And it was 0 minutes for us because we walking through the elevator or straight up to the front of the line, and the next cars that's coming, we in them. And that was every park we went to. Not just one. It was Animal Kingdom. It was Universal Studios, Disney World. Whereas Epcot Center, we could go in there and sit down in a little lounge in there where the employees was, get something to drink. I'm telling you. The place where they had us staying, everything was free there too. And then every day when we got back, it was gifts for everybody in the house on the table. Folks looked at us and said, who got something wrong with them? Don't matter, we on a Make-A-Wish trip, and that ain't none of your business. Yes, we getting in front of you because favor ain't fair. Move over, sir. Excuse me. Excuse me. Come on, kids. And mind you, my kids at the time was bigger than me. They were like, who the mom? Me. I'm the mama. Me. Everybody was bigger, swear. Everybody was bigger than me. Hey, I'm the mama right here. Me. Come on, kids, let's go. And they like this. It was a dude that looked from Jersey Shore. He's sitting there like this. I don't give a damn, bro. Swing. We getting on this line before you scoot back. Move on back. Come on. Come on, son. Get in here. Put your seatbelt on. Let's go. Don't. Favor ain't fair. It's okay. It's okay. It ain't. And I learned to not be sad about it either. Because I used to feel guilty and no. Because you don't know what I've been through to go and get what you don't know. People that have you feeling bad, but they ain't going to go through what you went through to get what you got. They're not going to do it. They always going to take the shortcut. And then have their face frowned up with you, will go through some stuff, and then maybe it'll be over there in Georgia or too. Special delivery. Get you some. But it ain't always going to be pretty, and you can't always ball out when God is changing you into your new life. You're going to have to be seen as the lowest of the low. You're going to have to be seen like you didn't fall off, you didn't fell off, and all of that. You're going to have to be seen as vulnerable. But most people don't want to be vulnerable, so then you don't get to see the miracles of God then. You got to make your own. Chasing the bags. We got 66ers, and now we going to have chasing the bags. So if I say chasing the bags, y'all know who I'm talking about. We got the 66ers and we got chasing the bags. Because when you line up, the bag be chasing you. Right or wrong. Folks that got raises they wasn't supposed to have. They done got extra money on their checks. Free couches. Well, you would have had to spend that money. Free TVs, free PS5s, a whole bunch of stuff that came up that you would have had to work overtime for. And all you did was start studying your Bible and trying to understand what God got to say to you about how you live. Why would I go chasing anything? And God said, do what I asked you to do, and everything you asked me for, I'll send it to you. I'm going to stay right here. And that's not always physical things. That could be a peace of mind, baby, because you can have everything and still be crazy as hell. Or look like your life is fabulous and you getting thrown around your house, ain't got no power in your house, gotta deal with other people in your bed, cause no. It could be that you in a place that you shouldn't be. A mental prison, physical prison. It could be a lot of things when you line up with God. It don't always gotta be things. But whatever you need, the need, God can take care of it. But you gotta line up. You can't just keep doing whatever you want to do and living however you want to live and then expecting God to give you his best because you don't. Give God your best and see what he do. And I ain't talking about your money. I'm talking about really try to stay away from stuff he don't want you to have, or really get up and try to understand what the word and how to apply it and see if he don't rain down on you. He will. But you can't fool him. He can see you. The parts that you hide, he can see it. So I love y'all. Oh, I'm really about to go find me some food because I'm hungry. I think I want some Bob Evans breakfast. I think that's what I want. Be honest, some fried potatoes and some. I might, I don't know, something. I ain't cooking it. I ain't doing it. But Bob Evans sound real good. They got them big old sausages in there. The flat ones, the round ones that I like, and they cook because they don't cook them hard enough for me. So I come back and cook them hard, baby. Ooh, I love fried potatoes. Yes, I do, honey. I can eat fried potatoes every day. Smothered with cheese, without cheese, with onions, honey, sliced up, home fries. I like potatoes, period. I like food. Trying to tell y'all, I take a potato, any mashed, the fricassee, the julienne. It don't matter, long as I. What? Listen here. I like food. I'm grateful that there's food in heaven. I want to go see that tree that got all the fruits of the world on it. I want to be at that one. Can I get over there? Cause I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna try this one. It just reminds me of like the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That tree. That's what I think about when I think of that. And it's fruits that have never been discovered. That's off in a mountain somewhere. That it's only been 20 of them since whenever. I'm ready for that. And it ain't no gluttony in heaven, so I already know I'll be cool. Mm-hmm. I'll be cool. And that's the tree that God be under when he go to rest and chill out for a minute and just don't feel like being. Maybe that's the times when he don't be talking to nobody down here. But like when they say he was silent for 400 years or whatever, he was probably just sitting under the tree like. Mm. Mm. We don't know how many arms he got. We made in his image, but I mean, he could still, like, he might say, I only gave him one set of my arms because there's people that have more. We don't know. We don't. We don't know. A heavenly watermelon, right? What you think? And he the living water? Oh my God! It's, they say he's sweet and all of this. It ain't no telling how that watermelon tastes. Mm-hmm. And the wine. I know that wine. It's a whole river of it. And honey and milk. And olive oil. You think they got French fries? Hopefully. The mango's probably fire too. Yeah. And the star fruits and whatnot. It's probably just, ooh. Bye, y'all. I'm about to go. I'm about to go get me some food. I'm about to go eat something. What time is it? Because it's getting late and the people is not about to be doing. Oh, it's already 1 o'clock. Dang. Bye, y'all. I gotta go. Go eat me something.